Hey guys, I am back with Tom Ford's new summer collection, and before I get started, yes, my hair is completely black. I just I feel like I've been through this hair journey, and then it got, messed up, and then it got fixed, and then I just wasn't happy with it. The hair color was fine. I didn't mind it. I hated that my ends looked dry because it was chemically processed and the lightening and all that, but I'm back to black. I can't be bothered. It's too much of a hassle, and then before you get the touch up, the gray kind of goes green, and I just couldn't deal with it. So I went back to black. But anyway, I was gonna do a blog post about this collection, but then I figured it's such a large collection that I'd be better off showing you in video form, and I can get ready / tell you what I think about the products. Tom Ford did send some of them to me, and some of the products are re-promotes in the line, so I will, I've already had those, I will let you know. But I do have my foundation on, my concealer. I look super pale. I think it has to do with the black hair too. And I have nothing else on other than concealer, lip balm, and my foundation. So I will start off with their Radiant Moisture Souffle that they released. And it comes in a tub like this. And it's just this rich hydrating cream. It does have not shimmer in it, but it is somewhat iridescent, I guess you can say. It's very similar to what do you call that, the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but not as highlighty. But there is definitely, you get a nice glow once this is applied to the skin. It's so hydrating. I have it on today underneath my foundation. Next, they also released a bronzing primer. Now, comes in a tube like this. I would say that if you are a MAC NC35, this bronzing primer, I don't think it'll work on an NC40 skin and up. It's not meant to, I don't think it's meant to show up super dark on the, I mean, if you're super pale, obviously it's gonna show up. But on me, it's more of it gives me a hint of color without anything looking too crazy. I haven't played around with this too much. I did add some with my foundation just to see if it would give me some extra, glow and just some color back into my skin, and it definitely did that. But it's really nice, and it just clicks up like that, and then it's like a pump dispenser, and you just close it again. Tom Ford did release 3 of their bronzing powders. This is one in Terra, which I've already had and I've raved about. It's more of like a contouring / you can contour with this. This is what I usually use. And then the third one I don't have, but I do have this one in the shade Gold Dust, which is definitely a lot more warmer, and it has some shimmer particles to it. It's very pretty. This, I would say, is more bronzing. I wouldn't contour with this. It'd be way too warm. So I'm gonna contour now because I feel like I have no shape to my face at all whatsoever. So I'm gonna take it on a NARS Yachio brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the Terra shade and just kind of place that. I kind of bring it up a little higher onto the cheekbone because I can get away with it. And I've said in the past that this bronzing powder, you can't really go wrong with it. You can definitely build it up to be super dark, but it's so sheer and just lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It doesn't, once it's on, it's on. It's a very nice powder. And put some on the other side. Oh, much better. Yeah, they did release, I think, 2 cream cheek colors, and then a duo, a powder duo. I have one of the cream cheek colors, and this is in the shade Pink Sand. I spoke about this last year. It is such a beautiful, like I wish they did more colors because the formula for cream blush is amazing. This is in the shade Pink Sand. Now this, it's almost like a cross between, it's a hybrid. It's like a highlighter slash blush, because when I'm looking, you know, directly at you, you can see the color, but once, you know, I turn my cheek or the light hits, you can see the shimmer, and it's not chunky. It's very subtle. It just looks like you're so super healthy and you've been drinking water like you're supposed to. But that's what I like about these cream blushes. And I did bronzier kind of cream blush. I don't have that one, but I bet that one's really nice as well. And then they released this duo here, and the top shade is supposed to be a highlighter, and then the bottom shade is supposed to be a blush. I haven't tried it yet, so this is first impressions. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that light pink and dust some on the top of my cheekbones on a Wayne Goss number 2 brush. So let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. I like that. Now for the eyes, they released 4 of these cream shadow slash shimmery, you know, pressed, it's almost like a pressed pigment duos. This happens to be the shade Naked Bronze. They have a peachy shade. They have like a dark black, I think it's called Black Oyster. So it's just a black shade, and then they have like an aqua shade. This one just happens to be my favorite, and I think I've used this in a tutorial before, but this is the actual cream shadow, and it's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to pick up a little bit on my finger. Kind of messily just dab it on. This really just buffs it out to nothing. I'm just concentrating it on my crease. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit closer, but as you can see, I've buffed it out. And it's just a very, like a burnt copper kind of shade. It almost has like that grungy, sultry effect. Okay, so I curled and put mascara on my eyelashes, but this is the final look with just the cream shadow. That's it. No, I'm lying. I did put a little bit of the Terra bronzer in the crease and smoked out the lower lash line, just because I felt like it needed a little bit more. But honestly, you can just wear that and pop a little bit of this pressed pigment on the eye and have it gives it like a wet, very glossy, what do you call it, like a foiled effect. You definitely want to apply this with a finger. If you do it with a brush, you're going to get a ton of fallout. I find also that the warmth of, you know, your finger just helps it adhere a lot better to the eyelid, but just a great little duo. Now for lips, they did release their new Moisture Core lip color, and they come in packaging like this. It's very thin compared to, you know, their regular sized lipstick. You can tell that the packaging is different. I have 2 of the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They released 6 shades. This shade happens to be a bronzy shade with that pink Moisture Core. You can see it in the center. That is what they mean by Moisture Core. It's kind of like one of those lip balm slash lipstick hybrid kind of things. And then this shade, which happens to be like a berry kind of color. Very, very pretty. They are very hydrating, and to be a balmy type texture, they are pigmented, so you are getting some color. Now they did re-promote Paradisco, which is their lip color sheer. Looks very pigmented. It's like a coral pinky type of shade. And this is, like I said, a re-promote and the only shade that they did for this particular type of finish. Then we have my favorite, which is the ultra rich lip color. And also they released 6 shades. I have 3 of the 6 here. My favorite happens to be, where is it? Revolve Around Me. I have been wearing this non-stop with the lip liner that I'm about to show you, but God, it is absolutely beautiful. It's more nude than I would reach for. Like, if I saw this on the shelf, maybe I'd swatch it, but I probably wouldn't put it on my lips. But it just looks so different on its own with the lip liner. It's just a really pretty nude, very creamy, very opaque. Love this shade. And then we have the shade Sex Oyster, which is a brown. It almost has some berry undertones to it. You know what it makes me think of? If you're Puerto Rican or just Hispanic in general, you know the guava paste that people, you know, that we eat with crackers, come on. That's what it makes me think of, the shade. I mean, it has brown undertones to it, but it has that, I don't know, that mauve-y tinge to it. And then the last shade that I have is called Aphrodite, and this is just a very pretty watermelon pink. I don't reach for shades like this, but I almost want to wear this as a stain, and I think it pairs really nicely with the, where is it? Both Pink Sand and the blush duo that I just put on my cheeks. Just very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. And this, I mean, you could wear it super pigmented like it is in the Bullet, or the way I would wear this is I would sheer it out. But for one of those, like those really hot days, you could probably even get away with putting this on, you know, dabbing a little bit on the cheeks. So you get that nice glossy sheen, and then some on the lips. So very pretty nonetheless. I'm a nude girl all the way around. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Revolve Around Me, which is the nude shade, and then I've been pairing this with the Kylie Jenner Dolce K lip pencil. And I will do a review of this really soon. This and the actual lip color that I got, the Dolce K liquid lipstick. I've been trying it out for a little bit now, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it's hyped up because of who she is, and everybody wants that lip color, but the lip liner itself, it's really nice and it stays put. So there's the base for my lips. Then I'm gonna take the Tom Ford Revolve Around Me lipstick and just apply it over top. And as it's creamy and very pigmented, it almost has this like semi-matte finish. It's not like super glossy. I hate it when my lipsticks look really shiny, which is why I pat them into my lips so that it can take away a little bit of the shine. But these are just really nice lipsticks. I also like the shape of the Bullet. I remember when my mom came over when these arrived, and my mom was like, those lipsticks are, she's like, they're broken. And I'm like, no, that's just the way they're shaped. And she's like, really? It looks broken. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's not, I promise. It was pretty funny when it happened. But anyway, just dab it like that. Oh, see, it's so pretty. It's so pretty, so pretty. Definitely an April. So that's pretty much it. That is all of my thoughts, I should say, on the actual collection. I think that if you wanted to pick up a few things, definitely that blush duo is really, really nice. I really, now that I'm looking at it, I usually don't like pairing pinks with, you know, browns or bronzes or nudes, but it just really looks nice. It's so different, but it's very subtle, and it almost, I don't know, like pinks usually look awful on me. they end up looking red, too red, and I just look, it doesn't look right. But the more I look at it, I am obsessed. So definitely the Cheek Duo, if you can get your hands on this. I know it was sold out on a couple of websites. And then definitely check out the lipsticks, Revolve Around Me. If you are a nude lover, definitely give that one a try. And then I would say the bronzer is my all-time favorite. I've been using Terra for I think a year now, or maybe a little bit over a year, and I am obsessed. Absolutely gorgeous bronzer. It's such a big pan, and I know this is the bigger palette they do. They do have smaller sizes now, which is really nice if you don't want to fork out and, you know, pay, because I believe this is $100 for this actual big palette. But I like the big mirror. It's nice and thin, so you can just travel with it. It can be, you know, the mirror that you use to apply your makeup is how I look at it. And then what else? I really, really, really like this. I know it's pricey as well, but it's such a good, like, priming moisturizer. Like, if you have super, super dry skin, definitely give this a try. I mean, I'm not super dry. I have normal skin, and then I get oily in my T-zone, but still I don't mind a little bit of shine. And I like the fact that this has some like iridescent properties to it, or particles. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like super chatty and a little bit all over the place, but I did really want to try the stuff on and let you guys know like my initial thoughts. Anyway, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.